if we actually want to be realistic here, we can't just pretend that this thing called fear doesn't exist. It definitely does, and it has found a way to journey with us in this thing called life.
Fear?
Yes, fear.
What does fear mean?
Fear to me.
Who taught the sun where to stand in the morning? And who told the ocean you can only come this far? And who showed the
For me, I would say fear means something you're afraid of doing. You don't get the urge to do it. You don't want to do it because you're afraid of maybe failing or stuff like that.
Fear to me is something you're afraid of doing. You are procrastinating always.
Okay. Fears can be anything. Fears is basically being scared or afraid.
Okay.
So anything can be your fears. Doubts can be your fears. Insecurities can be your fears. Am I going to do it best? It can be your fears. You can also have inferiority complex. It's also a fear.
Fears to me is a strong emotion of concern or anxiety about a situation, about a thing, or about what we are passing through at a particular period of time. Found a way to always creep into our life, into our thoughts, into our mind, into our daily activities.
Being wrong.
Okay.
And being poor.
Okay.
I don't even want to even think about it. And then maybe losing a loved one.
Okay.
Something that is scary.
There was a point in life where I thought I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be here, but look at me now. With God and prayers, I was able to overcome it.
Okay.
Failure, losing my loved ones, and losing myself to the wrong people. Prayed before, and I overcame it by praying and I don't know, just summoning courage.
Okay.
That I can do this actually, and it's worked for me.
Fear of past failure. Failure is one of the things that hits people hard. Sometimes we forget that we are human and that we can sometimes fail at something, that whenever we get to experience failure, it hits us so hard. And we are now faced with such occurrences in the future. We feel like we can't really do this. We feel so down. Our confidence now comes so low. Our mindset now changes towards that particular scenario, towards that particular thing, that we now feel like that we are incapable or unable to do such thing anymore. How can we deal with this kind of fear? Don't play the blame game on yourself. I want you to understand that you are human and we are prone to making mistakes. We are prone to failures, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it. That doesn't mean you can't go back and try again. Failing at something doesn't make you a failure. Try again and again and again and again and again. And you even see yourself becoming better. So don't wallow in your failure. Have the fear of ignorance. Have you ever noticed that when you are presented with something you don't have knowledge about, you tend to fidget, you tend to be anxious, you tend to be scared, like, God, can I do this? Can I do this? This thing looks like something that is hard. But when you get presented with something you are very good at, there's this kind of confidence that comes with it. You now have that mindset that, I can do this, so I have knowledge about this, I know what I should do. So fear of ignorance is when you don't really have enough knowledge about what you want to do. Let's take for instance in an examination hall. When you have studied properly for a course, you go into the examination hall, you see questions that you are very familiar with. You become happy, you become confident that, I've come across this, I've read this, so this is something that I can do, this is something that I can handle. The answers you give to that questions comes with a positivity that you're going to pass that course. Now let's rewind back to you not studying for that particular course, or you not reading properly for that particular course because you're not confidence that you know exactly what they are asking you. You tend to become afraid of the answers you are giving, even when you are sure of it. For you not to experience this kind of fear, you need to gather enough knowledge. You need to gather enough knowledge. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is power. In all that getting, get wisdom, get knowledge. So when you are knowledgeable about what you want to face, about what you want to start doing, about what is being presented to you, fears flee from you. It's fear of the unknown. This kind of fear, sometimes we don't really have so much willpower or a say over it, because no one knows tomorrow and life happens. So that is why we need the Holy Spirit to direct us and guide us. You have to totally depend on the Holy Spirit to guide you, to direct you, to help you, give you that peace that surpasses our understanding. It doesn't mean that you won't face troubles. It doesn't mean that trials wouldn't come. But it means that in the midst of that trial, in the midst of that trouble, you have peace within you, that everything is going to be okay. I would encourage you to, put all things aside and do the best that you can. Don't beat yourself up too much. Sometimes we tend to give excuses and grace to other people, but we don't do so with ourselves. We don't give ourselves grace to fail. We don't give ourselves opportunity to grow, to learn. We tackle ourselves so much to the point that we feel like we should know how to do this, we should be doing this, we should know how to handle this. Don't tackle yourself too much. Don't beat up yourself too much. Do the best that you can do and leave the rest for God to handle. Love yourself and be honest about your capability. You can't be everything to everyone. You can't be everything to everyone. And stop trying to please everybody but yourself. Know the right thing to do.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us.